and record to this computer. So off we go. So we're recording. So welcome to week 1 of our dream building session. And can I say that I'm actually really excited, and I really want to thank all of you for your amazing energy. Since we got back from celebration, the energy is just like incredible, and I love it, and I hope that you can feel it too. It really just has been absolutely brilliant. So I want to give each and every one of you a big shout out and kind of just say thank you, and then a couple of other mentions. So Michelle, congratulations for, I think it was the 3 enrollments this week. Well done. It's awesome. Kelly, well done for getting your girl and her husband started. Well done. BJ, congrats on your enrollment. Mel, congratulations on your dream boarding. Jerry, congratulations on your work today. Lizzie, and then congratulations for your girl getting started today too. So, and then, yeah, well done to that, because it's beautiful to actually see that there's really a lot of team building going on. And then obviously what we want to be able to do with this team is actually we want to be able to dream build with them. I want to say that it's the week since we've been back from celebration is actually the first time in 3 years I have been so busy with 3-way calls, which is awesome, because every 3-way call that I can do, or every 3-way chat that I can do with you guys, actually just gets better and better. So thank you so much. And I really want to ask you guys a favor, if you can actually use me for 3-way calls some more, because I really, actually, I'm just going to give myself a bit, I'm going to float my own boat for a second and actually say that I actually feel as if I'm really coming into my power to be able to actually cast dreams for people. So if you can actually please use me for that, I would be really honoured. You guys do amazing work in obviously getting them on, getting them started and coaching them. But if you need to learn how to actually be able to start casting people, then please use it for a 3-way call so we can actually do that together. All right, so that is it. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to ask singularly for people to come on and really share their dreams with us. And if you can actually take notes down, this will be brilliant, because what we need to do together as a team is work forward to keep people accountable to their dreams, of which then of course is keeping them accountable to their actions. So if you can take notes on what people's dreams are, that is brilliant, because if you see them having a bad day, or you see their energy withdrawing, that you can actually just go to that person and ask them how they're going, and if what they're doing is bringing them closer to their dreams or moving them further away. So would that be okay? Excellent. And then also I just want you to know that you are in a completely safe space to be able to share your beautiful dreams, and that there will be zero judgment on this. There will only be love and care, and of course accountability, but there is no judgment on how small or big or grand or bold your dreams are. I actually ask you to move into your imagination and your dreaming boldly, because everything that you do will actually start with your dreams and your thoughts, okay? And if you don't have them, you do have them, you just haven't uncovered them yet. But I would just ask you to really use those to propel yourself and move yourself forward into your greatest life, okay? So Mel, because I have been so inspired by your dream board, I'm actually just going to call you forward first, lovely, if you can actually share your dreams with us. And by the way, I love the look of your office.
Hey guys. Okay, so my dream board is almost complete. So it's funny, when we're at celebration, we're talking about our ideal day, and I said I really don't know what my ideal day was. I've been telling myself a story for quite some time now, that I love my job and that my job's amazing and that I want to stay there forever, and I want to do aesthetics part-time but have a full-time income from it, but I want to stay at work because I love it so much. Getting on the plane to come home and having to work the next day after celebration, I was like, you know what, it doesn't light me up. Like, I do love it, I love the people that I work with, but it doesn't light me up. So My dream is to, I'm just looking over at my dream board. My dream is to be able to travel more with the family. I want to take them to Europe to see where my mum was born and where she obviously grew up in the early years of her life. And while I'm there, obviously, I want to visit my bestest friend who lives in the same country in Holland. And another friend is actually moving to the UK next month, and I want to be able to visit her. So that's the 2018 plan of travelling over to Holland and to London, and obviously Paris because it's really close. So why not throw that in there as well? So my dream now is to not have to work a 9 to 5, and it's really to empower my children and show them that the 9 to 5 is not necessarily the norm. Yes, I will still expect them to go to university, and I will still expect them to live their dreams. And whether if their dream is to work in a zoo, then that's what they're going to follow. So I feel like it is really bold of me to admit that I do want to leave my job and that I do want to be able to, drop the kids off and go to the gym and live that sort of life that, I do see others living. And, I'm just going to mention on my little board is is the grand prize winner of the 2018 Ice Body Challenge. In the past, I've had it up there as just Ice Body Challenge and I've completed one ever. But this time I've got it up there to win it. So, so that's it. That's my dream.
Very cool. Love it.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was going to say that's beautiful, and please don't think that it's bold to have that dream of not working 9 to 5. Like, let go of that word. Like, it's bold because I guess in a sense, if you hold that energy around thinking, oh, it's too bold, then it's you kind of hold that non-believing energy. Does that make sense? So it's like, no, I don't. You know what? I know. There will come a day where I will not be working a 9 to 5. Because you've got to be all in it. Yeah, you've got to own it. Same with the Ice Body Challenge 2018. Like, you've got to own it. Yeah, you've got to see yourself up on stage. So beautiful, beautiful. All right, Lizzie, off you go, Chicky D.
Yeah. So I feel like how life goes in cycles of like 6 years or 7 years, and like I feel like I'm kind of at that stage where I'm sort of starting a new cycle. I've got no real firm, solid idea. If you asked me 3 months ago, it would have been really children-centric. Now tomorrow I'm starting a new job. I really don't want to do this. I don't like being trapped by a job. I feel really trapped by it. So by the end of the year, I want to be able to quit work, or at least go down to 2 days a week or whatever it is that I need to do. But, I want to be able to do it full time. That's what I want to be able to do. And I've got, I want to work on my fitness. I want to sculpt my body a little bit more. And there's also one girl that I've met who just absolutely lights me up. She's just like a little miniature me, and she's just awesome. And she pinched my 90-day game plan last night and just grilled me all night in the spa about everything Isagenix. And she's enrolling next Friday. I bought her tickets. She's going on her own to a business training meeting. She would have only just, so she's enrolling on Friday, then business training meetings on Tuesday. She's going on her own and catching a ride back with one of the Isagenix guys. So I've organised all of that and bought her tickets. She's doing it all herself. She's like 23. She's awesome. So like, I feel like I really want to run with her. Like, I really want to like do it together, and sort of really find my tribe. Like, find the people like my own age that I can really, really run with. That sort of thing, and really nail my social media. That's a big one for me. So I've really been trying this week to really really figure out my social media stuff. Yeah.
I love that. So I may be able to help you with your social media stuff when I finish what I'm doing. But that'll be way down the track. I really can you like kind of, can you elaborate on like building your tribe? Like what do you want to get out of that? How do you want that to help you feel? And what type of tribe do you want to have?
People my own age, more aligned with me, because I find at the moment a lot of the people that I'm attracting reflect my mother. I think what I've been trying to do is I'm a rescuer, so I'm actually finding women who are unhealthy, who have children, because of course my mother died and left me behind. I'm a little bit pissed off about it. So I think I'm trying to rescue that kind of situation and that type of person, as opposed to actually going for the same person as me, which is what Tamara is, which reflects more of me, which really lights me up. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, it does make sense, and I would really love to. We'll have another call on this on another day about if you happen to be in Anna's social media thing about creating your avatar, and so then that helps you hone in on who you're speaking to on social media, and this is what I'm learning more in the course I'm doing as well. So, but that's going to be for a completely different topic, because that'll help you speak to people.
I'm working through my notes that I took in that class. Yeah, absolutely. So I've been working through my notes on that one.
Yeah. So here's like a big tip for you, Lizzie, and for other people when you're trying to create this tribe and you're wanting to speak to someone and you're trying to find your voice in conveying that message, speak to yourself, right? Write a story or a post or share information as if you were speaking to yourself, because what you will attract is always yourself. That's the thing, right? And as you journey along, your avatars will change because you will change, and then you will have another avatar. And you have to get so specific with these characters that you actually give them names. And so I have two. I have Jane and Kate. And this is, that when you're writing or you're projecting, you're sharing information, you're sharing it to him or to her, but you're generally actually the person that you're speaking to will always be yourself back at the start of your journey. Okay. Anyway, but thank you. Do you can I just ask you, kind of what your longing is, or why you dream to belong to a tribe? Like, have you thought about that?
That's a deep conversation.
Okay, all right.
I can't hear you.
Pardon?
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I said, we'll know that you're in a safe space, but this is something, it's a human need. It's a human need to be loved and connected, and we are a tribal species. So it is something to be longing for and to be dreaming of. So especially in the fact that even this team is all spread out everywhere, right? These dream builders are spread out everywhere. We don't have someone sitting here next to me. I don't have someone that I can hold hands with. You know what I mean? So a lot of the times we even want that close connectiveness, but we don't have it. So therefore we want to create it in our own space. And I say go out and do that. Go and create it in your space, okay? Like, do it. Anyway, thank you, Honey Bun. I honour that, and we'll keep you accountable to the fact that by the end of 2017 you want to be working 2 days a week.
Please do.
Okay. Everybody's on that. All right. So, Kel, your space, Honey Bun. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. I have so many. I think I've got different goals for different aspects of my life. So, for example, what I want to do is a career, I suppose, what you'd call it. What I want to do for the rest of my life is to coach and mentor and help mums, specifically mums, only because I believe that mums play one of the biggest roles in everybody's life. So we all have mothers, we all have mums, or we all have sisters, or we all have daughters and stuff like that. And mums have the biggest impact, I think, to their entire family. So by helping a mum, obviously that's upset and unwell in her own household, you can then in turn help the rest of the family as well. So you're helping one person, which helps another 5 people. So for me, 3 boys and the husband as well, by somebody helping me. It's actually helped my whole family. So I really want to concentrate on mums. And I want to coach and mentor them, not just do the Isagenix business. And that's why I'm studying as well, because I believe nutrition and exercise go hand in hand. And I want to fully be able to help somebody change their lives. So that's what I want to do. I don't want to just stay at home and earn millions and do nothing for the rest of my life. I want to do that for the rest of my life. And in turn, I want to have the freedom to be able to do this with my children. So, for example, we went and saw Janine today to enroll her husband, and I could take my children with me. And I think we spent about 2.5 hours there, and she's got a setup outside. And I could take my children along with me, and they absolutely loved it, and it was relaxing. They tell everybody what I'm doing. I'm going to go and do Isagenix and help people, which is gorgeous. I love that. So that's on its way, but I would like that to be how it always is. That's my goal. And I want to be able to do this with my husband. It was the absolute best blessing to be able to take him to Celebration, because it opened his eyes up so much. He actually spoke to Janine's husband today, which is huge. Josh would not talk to a single person about Isagenix. He just says to me, order it, tell me what to take, when I need to take it, and I'm not talking to people about it. You can do that side. And he actually sat down and got really excited about Celebration and what he learned and what's worked for him. And that was amazing to see. So today was literally my ideal day that I would like every day. So yeah.
That's really cool. Thank you, lovely. And I really love that whole empowering families and creating, your freedom business and really creating that legacy for your children, because it is a brilliant a brilliant business to actually be building with your whole family, and actually where families are actually welcomed into it as well. So yeah, and that you're actually looking at it from a holistic point of view. I really love it. So thank you. We honour you for that, and we will hold you accountable. And then tell Josh that we will also. So we will all also hold Josh accountable to your dreams as well. And so I can see that Michelle and BK are there. So if this is something that your significant other is kind of teetering on the edge with, or they are that support for you, then I encourage you to bring them in, to have them sit off to the side to listen, to bring them to events. Of course, we know the power of Celebration, we know the power of events for them, but we do encourage you to bring them in so they can actually see what you're doing, and they can see what we're talking about, that we're not just a bunch of crazy people sitting behind a computer speaking like silly stuff to one another. You know what I mean? Like there's true stuff happening here, and there's true dreams to be had for everybody. So thank you, Kel. All right, Mel, I don't know why you're on here twice, but anyway, BJ, come in and share your dream with us, honey bun.
Hey guys, how you going? So my dream is to sell up my gym, get rid of that. Hopefully, I put December, but I don't think realistically December's on us. So I think January, February next year. But in the meantime, with that, growing and helping women in the gym, obviously with their weight loss and financial dreams. And I think with Isagenix and the new system they have coming out at the end of March will be really good for me to promote it in the business. But that's just one of my dreams. So my other dream is to retire my husband before he gets too sick. So he's got a lung disease, like Lisa knows that. So to retire him, and so we can travel, get him his little caravan. So his dream is to travel Australia, mine is to go to Greece. But hey, I'm happy to do his first. So that's my dream. So there you go.
Beautiful. Thank you. I really, I know that your gym will sell. I'm going to take the word hope out of your vocabulary so that we're setting the correct, powerful intention. And we're not saying, but, you know, we're not casting it, but then we're bringing it back with the but. Does that make sense? So we're casting the vision and we're asking for it to happen. We're intending for it to happen, but we're not bringing it back with the but. Right. So
it's actually in my daily mantra to have the gym sold by the end of 2017. So
fantastic.
That's my daily mantra.
Beautiful. So you can stay in that energy. But realistically, I'm not sure. Maybe it's going to be January, February 2018. You see? So.
Yeah.
Right,
that's only to you guys I said that. But yeah, I agree. In my head, I'm going December. Like as soon as we've got 6 months of good financials, it's done.
Awesome.
It's
beautiful.
Done.
Okay, and so remember that it's not just us you say it to. Like, you know, I'm not going PK like, you know, woo-woo on you, but every time you're saying something and you're affirming something, you are actually sending that energy out to the universe. If somebody is hearing your wishes, be very careful what you wish for. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So by the end of 2017, BJ, so if everybody wrote the other day, you can cross that out.
Cross the other day out, 2017.
Yeah. And then, of course, be continuing to help women. And the very beautiful, I know that this is, a huge heartfelt dream of yours to really be retiring, Craig, so that you can actually have that beautiful travel time together and do both Australia and Greece. So, yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, look, I'd do Greece for him, so Australia for him, but hey, Greece is my dream.
Okay, we can do both. Where's the real Greek part of Australia? Like just going like for both. I don't know.
Parade.
We're parade. Awesome. All right, so Jerry, let's go, mate. Like bring us in. Like let us know what's your great dream.
Hey guys. For me, the big thing that always has been is I've been in construction for close to 25 years now. I'm getting up virtually every morning going to do a job that I don't enjoy anymore. So my ultimate dream is to get out of construction and get into not just the health and wellness, but also the fitness industry, which is something that I'm very, very passionate about. I get a big buzz out of helping people, I suppose, and seeing them achieve their goals, whether it be weight loss or whatever they're trying to achieve. Sometimes I find it a little bit funny because you be trying to explain this to people and they don't fully get it, but that's actually what drives me more than anything else, is to actually seeing other people getting massive results. Also a big dream for us is travel as well, the same as probably most people. I have on my vision board over my head here where we would love to have our house paid off that we're living in hopefully by 2020, and also to have like a holiday house in Port Douglas is somewhere that we absolutely love and adore, and possibly even spend 3 to 4 months of the year there. So that's basically about it for me.
Sorry, I'm trying to write them all down. They are awesome dreams. Beautiful. And so let's just hands up. So when you get your holiday house in Port Douglas, are we all allowed to come and just have business training in Port Douglas? Sounds really good. Awesome. Thank you. I really love, there's a lot of those dreams I love. I know that your construction job is not lighting you up at all. I know that's the thing you do because that's survival and we've got to do what we've got to do. Of course, I love the jump into health and fitness, but I also love that you touched on the education part of it. So I really want you to stand in your power about educating. Can you hear me? Because I've got these headphones in. Really stand in your power and really understand that actually we all understand that our job, our role, is to empower people to make behaviour change, and that our job really is to actually educate people correctly with about everything that is Isagenix. Because that once you mention the word, people go where? To Google, and they see 20 things that say crap, and then 20 things that say great things, but they'll always be, they want to stay safe and risk-free. We're a very risk-averse society, so they will never put themselves in, people will never put themselves into harm's way, so they will err on the side of caution all the time. So our job really is to actually be master educators and actually inform people correctly, make sure they go to the right sites, and make sure that they are brought into our amazing support community of where they're just going to be loved on and really made to be feeling safe and comfortable while they change behaviour. Right? So, yeah. And then, of course, paying off your house. Where do you want to travel? Where do you want to go?
Travel, for me, I really wanted to see more of Australia. I've been here 20 odd years now. Like, I have seen a lot of it, but more of Australia, and probably again Europe as well, more parts of Europe. Like, so, but Port Douglas is the big one. That's my absolute love it up there. So, as I say, I would spend 3 or 4 months of the year there easily, and get away from the cold weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you feel when you're, other than warm, when you're in Port Douglas? How do you feel? It's a different environment. It's hard to explain. Like, if you feel energized, you feel like you wake up, like, especially the time of the year that I'm talking about, going July, August, when it is cold here, you wake up in the morning, it's nice, not too warm, not humid, just stroll down to the beach. Beach is something like 4 miles long. It's heaven. So. Yeah. So I'd ask you to remember to sit into that emotion. I'd ask you to really sit into that feeling when you are dreaming as well, so that you know exactly what you're working towards. You're actually, materialistically, you're working towards that dream of owning a house in Port Douglas, but energetically and emotionally, you're actually driving towards having that feeling of heaven.
Yep.
And that's a pretty good feeling. Not that I've ever been to heaven, but I understand it's that feeling of waking up in the warmth and being really free and walking out on a beach and just being really grateful for life. And I think maybe that's that feeling. I mean, that's just my feeling. That's what I get when I'm in Bali. So, just sit into that feeling over the top of the materialistic things. But beautiful, awesome, and we're all coming to party. Sorry.
Yep. All welcome.
Awesome. All right. So Michelle, BK's just disappeared somewhere, but if he wants to come back and tell us all your dreams, that would be beautiful. But Mish, off you go. Share away.
Yeah, sorry, our son just came to visit. He needs some replenish. He's run out.
Okay.
So I've been thinking about this all day because of exactly what my dream is still pretty unclear. And I guess the biggest dream for me is that Brian and I come into the same dream together. In a lot of stuff that we do, Brian's in the car industry and he loves what he does. I've been quite lost in my job for a long time, but something I've always been is a really good leader within my community and in the jobs that I've had. My dream is to be up on that stage, is to be up there teaching people what Isagenix is about, how we do it and why we do it. And by the end of 2018, I really do aspire that I've got myself into a position within Isagenix that is, enables me to be one of those leaders in Isagenix. Financially, I don't have a great deal of financial dreams. I guess I just want to make life easier for my children and for us as a family as a whole. As a blended family, we have 5 children between us and 2 grandchildren. And in May, Isagenix has made it possible for us to pay and organise for all of us to go to Bali together. So that's what I use my Isagenix money on at the moment. And that dream is coming true every week. The harder I work, the closer we've got to it. We paid our last payment off our trip this week, which was $12,000 that we've we've paid to take the children to Bali and have a family holiday. So I'm not sure how much a holiday it's going to be with us all together in one house, but we'll find that out. But my biggest dream, I really want to do a life coach course. That's really important to me because I am very empathetic to people. I understand people, and I love to make people grow. Ray Kroc taught us in McDonald's that throughout your life you'll be successful if you stay green and growing. And it's something that I heard when I was very young, and I've always made green my favourite colour because I always believed that I can keep growing. So, yeah, and I want to be able to share what we all are learning and the love from Isagenix. And I do see myself up on that stage, sharing that word to everybody.
Well, I think everybody just kind of went, you should do it. I think when you just spoke about it, because your whole passion kind of changed. Did everybody else feel that too? Like your energy kind of went to another level when you started speaking about life coaching. So for what it's worth, I think you actually should start exploring that and really delve into that if that's really like your heartfelt passion, and then you get to gel everything together. Because of course, whatever you learn through your life coaching is only going to add to your, I guess repertoire is what I'm saying, but it's actually just going to add to your stock of being able to be, a greater facilitator, a greater speaker, and a greater educator. So, yeah, I really think you should do that. I look forward to watching you flourish as a life coach, and I hope that you can.
Up there next to me.
Pardon?
Brian standing up on the stage next to me.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, absolutely. Or he can drive a car up next to you on stage. Or
yeah. Always Mercedes.
Yeah, Maserati. Come on. Or just go one higher. So, BK, did you want to add anything? Do you want to jump in and add anything to your, into your dreams of how you see this together, or even, what you dream for it for yourself?
Yeah, look, probably together-wise, just really to enjoy the journey together and to enjoy the success of it together. And we both have a pretty common goal of helping people. So, that's a real common goal for us, is just to, it gives us both a really good feeling to better other people as well.
Yeah.
And inside us, that makes us both feel really good. Personally, I mean, I suppose, financially, to just increase our ability to have freedom to do what we want, So for me, that it would involve taking Michelle back to Ireland and our family, taking, the family back to Belfast and really showing Michelle Belfast. And I've only got mum and dad and 2 cousins in Australia, so it'd be really nice to, at some stage, spend some quality time in Belfast, and because it's a big part of my life, and that I haven't really seen in 16 years. So it's been 16 years since I've been back.
Okay.
So so that's a big thing for me personally, to take Michelle over there, and the family, and I'd love our kids, twins, to come over with us, and Jessica as well. So yeah.
Beautiful. Well, I think you've just won a firm friend in Jerry. You guys can Irish chat together. I was like thinking, you just won a best friends. You guys are just like connected now over Ireland. So that's beautiful. I mean, thank you so much for sharing that. When people really speak into their truest dreams, your energy all changes. Like I don't know if people are really picking that up, but sometimes we can talk about these surface level things that we want, but once we really get into what we truly want, your whole energy changes. So thank you so much for sharing about Belfast. I don't really know why at the moment. I just am really emotional, and I just want to cry because that Michelle, I've been, you guys, I've been on some 3-way calls, and what we have at our fingertips here is the most amazing vehicle for however big, bold or small or whatever your dreams are, for them to actually truly come true. And Jerry, I think you put up something in the chat and you said, what were your biggest takeaways from Celebration? And I started typing, but I didn't press send because I got busy. But, the biggest takeaway from celebration for me was Heidi McCallan on the very last day, when she said true and lasting freedom for yourself in this business is when you hold hands with other people and you create freedom for them. And that's it. That is all that this is for us now. It's just because we do have such an amazing, beautiful, of what I call balanced life, where we can just drop things and just go anywhere at a whim. But you know, it's not enough for us just to have that. It isn't. It's not enough, like, for just us to be sitting in this space of true, wonderful happiness, because I want that all for you. Like, we just want that all for you. We want you to have this beautiful, complete and utter feeling of, you know, like today, opening the letterbox and not really giving, you know, not worrying what might be sitting in the letterbox, you know, not worrying about what school you can choose to send your children to, not worrying about how you're going to pay for groceries, not worrying about that you want to, you know, maybe do a $2,000 or $3,000 life coaching course, that you have all of those things at your beck and call and at your truest ability, because this is what you have here. And I just truly want you to know that our job from this day going forward is to just be unselfish, and it's just to grab you and run with you and do whatever we can for you, to grow you as a person, to grow you as an empowered team leader, and for you to grow your own empowered team, that then you do this for them. Like, that's 100%. Like, the 3 years journey to now has been quite selfish. It's been really self-centered, and, you know, but now it's like it's completely changed. And it was just from that one day at celebration of where something really just hit my heart. So that's it. And gee, I'm sorry, honey bunny, I forgot about you. You were off having your shower and now you're changed. I certainly didn't mean to leave you till last. And I honour you ladies from New Zealand. And I know, G, that you couldn't be at celebration with us, but, you know, we are going to do everything possible to bring you over and get you at celebration, because I know that you will benefit from it so greatly, like these guys did. And know that whoever may be watching this recording who wasn't at celebration, just know that, you know, collectively as a team, if for whatever reason you think you can't get there, just reach out so we can actually help bring you. Because we know that it will be of great benefit for you. So share away. I'll wipe my little tears and you can share.
Sorry, I actually missed the very first few minutes of the call, so I'm not sure. I'm assuming that we're sharing what we're trying to achieve from what everyone else is saying. So one of the things that I definitely want to be able to do is definitely increase my income with Isagenix a little bit, so that I can actually afford to get to celebration next year. That's definitely something that I want to do. But also financially, I would really like for my husband to be able to be home a bit more. He's just started a new job. He's starting a new job this week coming, and he is getting a little bit of a you know, a pay rise, but at the same time, it's still not. It's just enough, you know, for us to make it through. So I don't want to have to stress about, like you said, about you know, groceries, or when you're checking the mail, you know, worrying what's going to be there for you to pay, stuff like that. I just want us to have enough, and then obviously also help other people to have the same as well. Personal goals for me probably will be also, I would like to compete in fitness. I don't know how far off that is, but I haven't really set a time limit on it at the moment. At the moment, I'm just really trying to get down to my goal weight before I sort of start trying to, you know, build that back up and maybe start competing. I want to give my daughter the life that she deserves. You know, be able to send her to a school that I know is going to be really good for her, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Thank you. I just, Yeah, thank you so much. I really honour you sharing that, and you know, wanting for you to really want to lessen. I'm just using the word burden. It's not a burden, but just maybe lessen the load of your husband. We've spoken about that before, and then obviously, you know, that just that beauty of being able to provide, you know, your daughter the life that she deserves and that beautiful life that you want for her. So I think that's even for those of us that don't have children, you know, this is legacy. Like what you're building here can actually be passed on to so many people. I mean, Michelle, you know, it's actually about contributing to my family, you know, and it is. I think somebody else at Celebration, you know, they said, I want to be able to actually also look after my parents. So not only your children, but you want to be able to look after your parents too. So family is all very all-encompassing. So thank you. I honour you for sharing that again. And you didn't miss much. And I look forward to watching your fitness journey too. Although I think you'd be an amazing power lifter, by the way.
Yeah, leave that to me. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know if I want to compete in that, but that's definitely something I'd like to see and push my limits a little bit, see how I go.
Why not? Life's all about pushing limits, that's for sure. So I hope that that everybody has, you know, a little book of notes, and that we are all able to hold each other accountable, because everybody's dreams are as worthy as everybody else's, and but you know, and they're cast now, by the way. You've spoken them, and I hope that you have your vision, you know, your dream board, and that you're writing these down, and as Peter Kelly suggested, that we write our script out. So maybe we write our script for our ideal day, or we write our script for when one of the, you know, all of our dreams actually happen, that we actually write those ideal scripts. But they are something that you really need to keep at the forefront of your mind, as to, you know, when you're going through the daily actions of what we do. It's like, I'm building this, you know, I'm building this for my heaven in Port Douglas. You know, I'm building this for the joy of taking my family on holidays. I'm building this because this is the lasting legacy for my family. I'm building this, and I'm creating my tribe. I'm creating my net connectiveness and my support. You know, I'm building this because I'm empowering women. You know, and you know, I'm building this because I'm empowering my children. You know, I'm sorry if I missed any. Oh, and you're going to Greece, BJ, by the way, and I'm coming too. But you hold on to those, and because once you attach that really to like that true, like that dream that your energy changed in, you'll become unstoppable. Like Brett says, Brett always says that word unstoppable. You'll become unstoppable when you tie that to your greatest dream. Like you will. Nobody's hurt, nobody's hate, nobody's anger, nobody's negativity, nobody's misunderstanding or their ignorance will be able to get to you, because you'll be stronger than that, because you'll be tied to your dream. And you know that we're all tied to it together. Like, you know, that's it. You've got this team of beautiful people now vying for you. We're all on your back in the most beautiful way, like just driving you forward. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing when inspired, dreaming souls come together, that's for sure. I'm just mindful of the time, so we've got about 15 minutes to go. So would it be okay if we chat about the 90-day game plan? And if I don't have my booklet with me, and I must say that there has been very sporadic action on my part happening this week, because this has actually all been just about the dreaming. I've allowed myself a space to actually work into really dreaming into what I really want to get out of this and how to make that happen. But now we need to put the action behind the dreams and the action behind the words. So now we go to work, right? Because dreams are just dreams without the work attached to it. So we have our 90-day game plan, and we have the blank pages. And now, who wants to, I mean, I know that we've all got varying levels of time. And so, of course, we need to grow our dreams in the pockets of our availability. And that means that, you know, if you know what I'm talking about in terms of the matrix of 3 by 3 by 3, or 2 by 2 by 2, or 1 by 1 by 1, but that is in the flexibility, that is in your timetable. Okay? Don't let other people tell you that your timetable is wrong. It's your timetable, right? Do you know what I mean by that? Like, it's your day, and your ability to dream build will be in direct correlation with the ability of your time, and of course the ability, your focus. So don't let anybody else either, though, tell you that your time is wrong, you know, or your build is wrong. Another strong thing that I took away from Peter Kelly was that Isagenix should be bringing you happiness. And if it's not bringing you happiness, you need to just kind of step back a little bit and ask yourself why. Okay? And now I think that happiness, that it's not happy for me. It hasn't been happy in times of overwhelm, and that it also hasn't been happy in times of comparison. All right? I can see some nods. Would we agree that we get very unhappy if we're comparing our Isagenix journey with the neighbour down the road, or, you know, the person that started at the same time as you, that, you know, like, just, you can stop that, okay? Like, this is, your dreams are yours alone. Their dreams are theirs alone. Your time is yours alone, and your focus is yours alone. So please build this with you, like your energy, like you, just you. Like, don't worry about the external circumstances. Like, that's there. Because if you worry about all of that, then nothing's going to happen. Okay? Make sense? All right. Okay. So we need to start filling in the pages of the 90-day game plan. So we need to only be having numbers in the boxes. Yeah, thanks, Jerry. So Jerry, if you can actually just flick to the, you know, like the tracking pages for me. Just flick to a tracking page and just hold the tracking page up for me. You know, the page where you just put the, you know, the numbers, like it's got like new contacts, people added to list, that one. Yeah, yeah. So we know these pages, right? So they're like our daily activity tracking pages. And whoever it is, Michael Klaus, Eric Warre, Lynn Hagedorn, one of them says there's only room in those boxes for numbers, not excuses. Okay? And so whatever you need to, however you need to, whatever numbers you're in there because of your life, because of your day, then they're the ones that you need to put in there. I only ask that those numbers make you proud, that make your dreams proud, that bring your dreams to fruition, because it's your journey. We're here as your team, patting you on the back and keeping you accountable, but you're the one at the end of the day that has to be proud of the numbers that you put on your page. Okay? All right. Anybody else want to bring anything in about the 90-day game plan, about their thoughts on it, about any suggestions on what we want to do, in some incentives that you might want to see? We've got actually, we'll go back to that incentive in a second, but is there anything else that you would like to see added, to bring in, that would, you know, inspire you maybe to take more action? Come on in, talk live.
It's not so much to inspire anybody. It's just something that kind of has hit home with me. Like, I used to hear Brett and hear you and everybody talking about numbers to a certain degree, that something, the ratio was something like 10-1, and it never really hit home with me until probably the last few weeks. It was actually from the book that I was reading that you gave me the answer. So it's something that I'm working on now for my 90-day game plan. I have it down now. So I've aimed to enroll 2 people a week. So with the numbers of 2 people a week, I have to be talking to 6 people a day, 42 people a week, new people. So that's like, it's just something to think about, that it really is volume of numbers that you need to keep talking and talking and talking and talking.
Absolutely.
Because 1 in 10 people will be interested or get enrolled or whatnot, but the more numbers you talk, obviously the bigger chance you have of enrolling. Yeah,
absolutely, brilliant. And I think all of you, maybe Michelle and Brian, you haven't read that book, The Answer, but in that book he talks about it being a ratio, and there's a ratio of activity, right? And even in his old school, so he talks about building his insurance, his sales business on the phone. So then when he tied the income he was making to the phone call. Do you remember that? And he said that when he worked out his ratio, he worked out that every time he picked up the phone call was worth 10 cents, something like that. And so it can be you can work that out too. So, all right, so I'm going to work on the fact that I need to have 42 conversations, and out of those 42 conversations, I will, because President's Pack is the best thing, and that's our goodest, best recommendation. So, I will be rewarded by $320 in product in rebates. So 42 phone calls divided by $320, or 42 conversations divided by $320 is how much money per conversation if you're a money-driven person. It's brilliant, right? Like, somebody can work out the math. You've got your calculator there for me. Tell me how much money, how many cents or dollars is your conversation worth. I mean, and that's at a minimum of $320 per week. So does that make sense? Michelle, can you hold that book up again for me, Mel, so these guys can see it? Yeah, there you go. It's called The Answer. I bought it at Target, and I read it, and I thought that it was just a brilliant book. It talks about the mind and how we make decisions and that. And so if you can find it near Target near you guys, I would suggest that you buy it and have a read. But yeah, 13 cents. There you go. So every conversation, really? Is it 30 cents? You sure it's not like $1.30 or $13 if we're making $3.20? Anyway, we'll figure it out. So whatever. So it's worth that much. So if you're a money-driven person and you want to earn $320 by obviously enrolling 2 people, then every time you speak to somebody, you think into that fact that conversation is actually worth $13. Okay? All right. Now, I would be encouraging you all to be on Brett and Sammy's Team Breakthrough calls on Tuesdays. So they will start going through the 6 basic skills, and they will likely to be just repeating those. But I think that's brilliant, because each time that they bring around, they cycle through that 6 basic skills, you will be at a different place. So you will learn something. And you will have different team members with you who are also wanting to know how to share the products. So you will be suggesting that they come into this too. And now remember that your team will do as the leader does. And so that if you are wanting to also grow your people, that you really should be jumping onto Brett and Sammy's training. And then what we will do coming forward into next Sunday night's call is we will, of course, be doing an account. We will be doing success and recognition, and we will be doing weekly accountability into our 90-day game plan, but we will also be following up what we've learnt on the Tuesday. Okay? Is that good? And I would really love for this call to be just bigger. Okay? So I would love for you to invite, so your guys that are getting on Tuesday's night's call, I would love for them to be invited, insisted strongly that they be on this one. So we help them, we help them further develop, and we show them that with leverage, holding hands, that we're all here for one another. Would that be okay if next Sunday night you actually invited 2 people with you? Okay, 2 people who are interested, or 2 people who are growing, get them onto these calls. This is your team call. So bring them in. All right. Anything else? Anybody else want to add anything? Nope. Nothing. All right, you're all good.
Lisa, the only thing I wanted to add was today Brian and I did our first event, like as in there was a Tour de Murray here in Mildura. So that was for athletes, and for families. So there was a bike ride, a run, or a family walk. And so we went there today together, and we gave out a lot of replenish, and we gave out a lot of recover to the people as they came in. We hit probably 50 people that would have had our products today, and there was no money exchange. It wasn't about giving anything away. It was just about them trying our products. And we had some bodybuilders that come up and really ask a lot of questions. We made lots of new contacts. And, you know, and then this afternoon, I really stepped out of my comfort zone and entrusted Lisa with two of my new people who are really looking at the business side. And for my ego, that was really big for me to say, Lisa, I need you to, you know, talk to these people. So I do really encourage you to get Lisa on the three-way calls and talk to the people. One of the girls she spoke to today hasn't even got a pack yet, but she's gone into it with the business mind. So I got her straight in with Lisa, and the call that Lisa did to both of my people was really inspiring, and I'm just really appreciative and wanted you all to know that it was great. And if you've got a bit of an ego like me and you're a bit scared and you think you can do this all by yourself, it's so much easier to share it with somebody else. And I really wanted to thank you, Lisa, in front of everybody for what you did for me and our people today.
Thank you. Thank you for honouring me. It was I actually get really excited when I speak to new people. Can you tell? Because I just love the calls. Like seriously, when you know, if we also remember at Celebration, Peter Kelly said, you know, think of who you can give your first to, and so it's like it's so it energizes me when I'm vibing off people's energy because they're so excited. Like Carly hasn't even got her box and she is just like raging, you know, and Scotty, your other guy, you know, he's amazing results. So yeah, I would just really love to do so many more of them. And just so you know how we actually, for all the other people, just so we know how we actually got those started, it was so simple. Michelle just dropped me straight into a three-way message and said, hey Scotty, this is my friend, and I think you use the word like mentor and coach and stuff. I just use friend, like friend's cool, whatever. You can use mentor or teammate or business partner or whatever. And you know, you just drop that message straight in, and then I just said, hey, thanks so much, Michelle. Nice to meet you, Scotty. So excited to be chatting to you. I'd love to do that on the phone. What time's great for you? 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock? And so I just took it straight up. So you can drop it into a Facebook chat, and then I'm just going to take it straight over, and I'm just going to say, I'm so excited. I want to talk to you on the phone. What time's great for you? And then we work out what time. There was like probably for the first time ever in 3 years that I've been doing this, there was just zero worry that like this was just what we do. Like this is just literally what we do. You introduce me in a message, and then I'm just going to say, I want to talk to you on the phone. And it was just... And
I didn't let Lisa know I was going to do that. I just did it.
No, she just did it. She just did it.
I asked if she wanted me to do that.
No, I don't care. Like, it's just, I mean, yeah. I've kind of had a bit of a... I just said to Shane after I got off those calls, actually, I've had a bit of a wake up. And I'm like, right, so, you know, we are amazingly, beautifully, abundantly rewarded by this company, and now it's time to work. Like for the money that they give us, like stop being lazy and actually do some work for what we get. So I actually seriously love it. And each time if I actually happen to do a call with you, I am actually going to ask you for constructive feedback. So, you know, because we will only ever get better at what we do if we actually give each other honest, constructive feedback at what we do. Same with these calls. If there's ways that these can be better, then jump on in our beautiful chat and we help each other expand and grow and be better every single time. The same when you do a three-way call or a three-way chat, we only ever get given constructive feedback of how those things can grow. What was that line? Can you just give me that green line again, Michelle? Like.
You should always stay green and growing.
Yeah, we should always stay green and growing. Always be a beginner, always be growing. Like, I love it. It's really beautiful.
And Ray Kroc, he was he obviously developed McDonald's, and that saying, he's been gone a long time. And every certificate I have, all of my things I've won through McDonald's are all signed with a green pen.
Awesome. I'm not sure that we'll let people know that line comes from someone in McDonald's because it's Macca's after all. But
they are masters at duplication, though.
I know.
They have got, it's a McDonaldization. McDonaldization is like it's duplication all over.
Yeah.
It's too bad their food is shit.
I know, right? But this is exactly what I mean. Like, we obviously, obviously them as a business, them as a business and their skill development and their duplication. I mean, that's what we want to go for. So this is where, it's just follow the track, follow the track, follow the track, follow the track. And I think that's a brilliant thing. So yeah, and if we really learn that this really, like, leveraging and growing and being green and growing, and this is just sticking to the simplicity and the duplication, but of course holding hands in leverage. Never ever forget that. Okay, so yeah, beautiful. All right, we did so well to keep that to an hour. We did so good. High fives to us. Hey, Lizzie, did we do good or what? Like, yay, she's the timekeeper. All right, so Tuesday night we're going to be doing Brett and Sammy's New Zealand team. We know that that's really late for you, so we honour your time in that. And you guys can obviously do your very best to watch the recording. And then I look forward to seeing some action, being able to get onto three-way calls. You guys in New Zealand, we can still do that too. We can do that by Zoom, or we can do it too by Facebook message, remember? Like, you can do video message now. And I promise if it's somebody that's really serious, I won't put those funny hat things on that you can do. But
I was going through my Facebook through the photos in my phone because I was screenshotting you, and seriously, she had these big eyes. She had these silly filters on her face. Oh, they are hilarious.
Yeah, I promise I won't do that if you want me to be really serious with a serious person.
Do it with Tam. I want to get you in a three-way call with Tam.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to be a photographer. That is what she wants to do. So I'll get you in a three-way chat with her if that's all right.
Of course.
And, yeah, do the filters.
All right, you all have to smile though, so I can take a photo of you, because I'm really proud of you all for jumping on and loving on each other and each other's dreams. So I think it's a really beautiful thing to be able to believe in each other, but really know where the heart of the person lies as to what they're doing each day. Okay, smile. Gotcha. All right. So blessings to you. Dream big. Don't ever let anybody that didn't create their dreams talk you out of yours. Never ever. And then I look forward to being green and growing for another week. See you guys.